How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing good.
Hey, I'm glad you're able to stop here and talk to me about your new business that you're doing, because this sounds really interesting.
I'm glad to be here.
Okay, can you tell me what it's about? I know it has something to do with coffee.
Okay. We are coffee roasters. So we source coffee from all over the world. We use importers, and we do some farm direct trade stuff. And we get our product, roast it, and package it, and sell to people that want their own private label.
Their own private label?
Yes. Yeah.
What do you mean with that?
Well, let's say Joe wants his own coffee company.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Yeah. Okay. So Joe would need a name, for the coffee company.
Right.
And then it's a pretty easy process. A couple things that play in part really on your end would be, if your business has a logo or some kind of an idea of what you want to put out there. You want people to grab this bag of coffee, and it depends on what you want to do with it. You might want to put your coffee in 100 Safeway stores.
Okay.
You might want to put your coffee. You might want to just make your own label to give out for Christmas, or
oh, that's a good
to
idea.
your friend's birthday or something like that, and say, hey, I want my own label. I want people to think that I have my own coffee. I want to have my own coffee. So you can be large scale, can be small scale.
So, so you're saying I can have my name on there, VideoJoeKnows, if I want,
Sure.
or I can enjoy a cup of Joe, or whatever I want, and you'll help me with that, because I don't have any design experience. I don't have a logo per se.
Okay.
But would that be something that you could help me design and give me an idea of what it could look like?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple parts to it. First off, if you don't have your own label, like if you don't have a JPEG file or some kind of a file for your label, I would put you in touch with a person that works with me that designs labels, and you kind of give him an idea. It's going to require some work on your end as far as if you don't already have a label.
Right.
And you need to kind of figure out, do I want a picture of a waterfall, a palm tree, a bird, or what do I want on my deal?
Yeah.
And most people in business will have some type of, will probably know. Then you'll talk to him. He has all the parameters for what it takes, what has to legally be on the label, and then you guys will work back and forth to designing that. And depends how many times you have to call him, how many times you go back and forth to proof this thing.
Right.
It depends on what it costs. It can go from $35 to design your own label to a few hundred, depending on how picky. If you already have a JPEG file, it'll be like a $20 or $30 fee for him to be able to take that file and make it what it needs to be.
But he could send me some examples of things that you have done for other customers and clients in the past, so that I kind of get an idea of the size and all the stuff. In fact, you did give me some labels here.
Yep.
There's 4 different labels here.
Sure.
And so they're kind of small. And this is what you were kind of showing me from before. What was this, a pound? Yeah, a pound.
Yeah, it's a 1 pound bag.
A 1 pound bag. And so you make a label, like a sticky label, and then you put that on here.
That's right.
And here, you've even got a little story on the back. That's kind of cool. That's pretty interesting. I like this idea, because I don't know of any place I can just go to and ask them to make coffee for me with my name on it.
Sure.
Because this is like my calling card.
Sure.
I could have my name on there. Every time somebody picks this coffee up out of their cabinet, they're going to see my name on it.
For sure.
Or they can see a story of my business, or just a funny story of the coffee, and say, hey, that's kind of cool. Thanks, Joe.
That's right. Now, if
you're going to have a cup of your Joe.
That's right. If you're going to give somebody a business card, and send that to them in the mail for Christmas, or
I could send this instead.
Yeah, the business card, they might put it in their pocket, it might go in the counter, it might go in the garbage, who knows. But they're going to be using this, and they're going to be enjoying this. And that's the other thing too. They're going to be going, wow, not only was that a cool gift from Joe, but that's good coffee. You know, where can I get more? You know, and you know what? Maybe you just you know, the average person, you know, the average family drinks about just a little bit under a pound a week.
Really?
You know, So
didn't you say something about this is the second highest commodity?
It is the second highest traded commodity in the world.
What's the first?
Oil.
Oil, of course.
And then, oil and then coffee. You know, so
that's quite amazing.
Yeah,
that many people drink that much coffee.
It's a big deal. The United States uses 3 billion pounds a year of coffee. It's a lot of coffee.
That was a good interview. Did you ever imagine in your wildest dreams that you might be able to have an advertisement of your company on a bag of coffee? Does that sound like something you might be interested in? If so, let Joe know.